Hi, YouTube. I am a mental health therapist. My name is Ashley. I'm starting this new YouTube for the people who are therapists or people who have therapists or people who are thinking about getting a therapist and you have some curiosities. You might be curious about what therapists are like. You might be curious about how genuine they are, what their personal life is like, and so on and so forth. I think a lot of these questions stop people from starting therapy, or these might be questions that people who are in therapy have in their minds, but they don't feel comfortable talking about with their therapist, or they feel like it's inappropriate. Um, all things are fair, all thoughts are valid. And so this new channel, by the way, this is going to be the first episode. I got a lot to learn about this. I'm not a huge internet tech person. I don't know all the tricks and the things to reel people in. I'm just coming as myself, my true self, as authentically as I can, mistakes and all. I'm not going to be editing this first video. This is going to be raw. The whole point of this is authenticity and being able to help people understand that therapists are just people too. We go through stuff, we have our own challenges, and I want to kind of display that through this channel. I want you all to see how we incorporate the skills that we teach you all on a regular basis through our own life challenges. Um, your therapist should be doing the stuff that they're telling you to do in these sessions. It's not about being portrayed as being a perfect person or somebody who's got it all together, because I don't know any people like that. Um, and if they are portraying to be a person like that, then they're not being authentic. They're not being genuine. Nobody has it all together. Nobody's perfect. We as therapists are people just like you. We've got our flaws, we have our challenges, we have difficulties in our family relationships, our friendships, and we just trying to navigate as well as help you all navigate your stuff. So I think that this just helps you guys to humanize therapists a little bit more, realize why therapists as people are better than AI therapists, because we go through it. We know the same stuff that you guys go through and we understand it firsthand. We go through the same stuff. We're all going through the same stuff. Obviously, some people's situations are more intense than others. Some people's challenges are more difficult than others, and we just gotta figure out the best ways to apply what we have and what we know. So, I hope that explains the purpose of this and why I'm doing this. If it resonates with you, go ahead and subscribe to this new channel. Go ahead and like it. If you just like my personality and you just want to hear me talk and you just want to learn what insight that I got to provide, go ahead and subscribe and like this video and all the good stuff. I'm going to be improving on my skills. We're learning together. If there are any YouTube experts that know how to make my video just pop better, or little sound effects I can use, or little inserts I can apply here and there, please feel free to comment. Help a sister out. Let me know what I can do better. I'm always open to feedback, especially positive feedback. You can keep your negative criticisms, unless they're made out of love and care and concern. I'll accept that. I'll embrace that. I'm on a life journey of my own. There are several goals that I'm trying to reach in my own life, and I'll be including some of that in these videos. My clients don't know that I'm doing this YouTube, so I'm hoping that they're okay with this. I'm not going to be discussing any of my clients. Nobody will know my clients. Nobody will know anything about my clients. So that's a no. But I will share some of the themes, because what I've learned as a therapist is that I might have a day full of clients, and I start to notice that they're going through the same things in that particular week across multiple different clients, and there becomes a theme. I am pretty spiritual, so sometimes I do try to incorporate things such as my beliefs about why I might be getting these themes across any particular week. It might be something that I need to get out of it and apply in my own life. And so I want to share some of those themes, some of those things that come up with multiple clients in a week, where it seems like there's a common message to be taken from these themes or common challenges that people are facing. So we'll be talking about themes, not particular clients, not particular clients' issues, just themes overall that I might have picked up on throughout the week from multiple clients. Um, if you are interested in becoming a client, I am only licensed in the state of Michigan. So if you're living in any different state outside of Michigan, I cannot provide counseling services to you. But if you ever move to Michigan, if you know anybody that lives in Michigan that you would like to recommend to start therapy or suggest to start therapy, you can go ahead and send them my way. My email address is services@alleviatecounseling.com. I'm hoping that it's in my handle on my YouTube channel page. Like I said, I'm still kind of new to this techie stuff. It's not even that techie, but I'm just not the best in technology and all the stuff, okay, that comes with it. Because if you're into this YouTube stuff, you know that there are a lot of little details that go into channels and trying to appeal to people through different little nuances that go into this technology internet stuff, such as, like, I don't know, the picture that you use for your profile and the sounds that you include and little additional things that go into these videos that nobody thinks of unless you do stuff like this. I'm working on it. So listen, y'all got to be patient with me. I have a 13-year-old son. I'm going to see how much he can help me with this, because he's on YouTube all the time. But I'm trying. I'm hoping to improve as I get to know you all better and you guys get to know me better. And I do this more often. But as of right now, listen, y'all got to take what I got. You know, I don't know how many other therapists are doing things like this where they really allow people in. Therapy in nature, for some reason, in the culture of it, is very private. Meaning we have to really be limited on the things that we say, the things that we post, our political opinions, our religious beliefs, and we have to kind of be quiet on it. And I understand to a certain degree why the culture of therapy and mental health. And when I say therapy itself is not hush hush. You don't have to go into your sessions and be quiet and not talk about these things. But therapists, we are strongly encouraged to just be very private. And I think that that is what creates a lot of stigma around therapists. This mystical idea about therapists and what our lives are like, and so I don't know how many other therapists are doing things like this. I want to be transparent. I want to let people in. Like I said, my clients don't know that I'm doing this. I am typically super reserved with them and only share minimal information. But if you happen to stumble across this video and if you're a client of mine, you're going to get me raw, quite a bit more raw than what you see in the sessions. So if you're not open to learning that kind of stuff about me, such as my personal relationships and my family life and my friendships and the type of people I hang around and the type of things that I like to do, probably don't watch these videos. Do not join the channel. I don't think I'm that too far crazy, but you just never know what some people's thoughts and opinions might be. So, I'm coming with the disclosure and the warning. If you don't want to know that side of me, such as like my personal life or anything about it, just go ahead and skip this. And if you do want to know and you're curious about this kind of stuff in regards to your therapist, go ahead and watch it. I'm hoping to keep it still mostly PG, although some things in my personal life might come up that might be a little bit rated R because I'm a little bit rated R. Not super crazy rated R, but a little bit, And I'm just trying to be authentic. I'm really I know that when you're doing the profession and you're in these sessions, you have to be professional and you have to be reserved. But on this is my YouTube channel, so I want to be more authentic. I want to be more myself, and I want people to know that therapists are normal. We're not perfect. We don't have it all figured out. We've done some schooling, we've got some skills, we've done some training, and some of us have been doing this for quite a few years. It'll be almost 7 years for me personally. And I'm a little sniffly, by the way. It's allergy season here in Michigan, and allergy season here in Michigan is tough. So, anyway, I'm sniffly and I'm looking a little crazy. Y'all are going to see me way cuter on future videos because my lashes are not done and my hair is crazy. But I said I was going to do this video this week, well, specifically today. And I'm just trying to do what I teach my clients, right? Like, here's an example of me trying to incorporate the tools and the things that I talk to my clients about. Doing it not perfect, you know? Some people have this infatuation with perfectionism, and that's one of the themes that I come across in my therapy sessions, perfectionism, and that is something that contributes significantly to anxiety. So I'll be giving like these little tidbits and tips here and there, but you will not be able to receive therapy services on this channel. I just want to make that clear. I am not providing therapy. I'm just providing insight into therapists' lives. And I just happen to be a therapist. I want to be authentic. I want to be myself. And I want to help people get over the stigma that therapists are just these perfect people who just got life together, because life be lifing for all of us. So I'm hoping that in these videos more of my personality will come out. You guys can get to look at me as somewhat of a friend if you like me. If you don't, hey, I'm not for everybody. But for those that I am for, we're going to be here. You know what I'm saying? You're going to really understand me, and hopefully through the comments and the people that follow, I'll be able to kind of get to know you guys and understand you. I welcome comments. I think my comment section is open. I'll double check that, and I'm hoping that it will be by the time I post this video. Um, just getting started. So, a little bit about me. I am about to be 35. I know I probably look younger than that, but yeah, a lot of my clients don't know how old I am. So if they've seen this, now they know. But I just don't include that because I try to encourage clients to get away from stigmas about ageism. A lot of times people feel like, oh, if you're a certain age or if you're older or younger, you won't understand certain problems, blah, blah, blah. That's a cognitive distortion. Age does not dictate experience all the time. Sometimes it does, but not all the time. And also, age does not dictate wisdom necessarily either. So we have to get away from some of those things that we look at as fact, and they're not fact. So even if a person has not necessarily gone through what you've gone through, it doesn't mean that they cannot reflect on your situation and help you develop insight for yourself. I'm so sorry, y'all, that I'm doing all the sniffing. Uh, I'm probably doing this in my sessions, but listen, I can't just be at home and just, yes, I'll take medicine sometimes, but I don't like to rely on medicine all the time. So I just try to let my body naturally do its thing. So if it's a little bit of sniffling here and there, I'm hoping it's not too bad. And in my future videos, like in the winter time and stuff, it's going to be past allergy season. September is always a tough allergy season for me. But anyway, get back on track. Um, so I'm 35. I am a licensed professional counselor. LPC is what we call it here in Michigan. There are different credentials and things like that in different states. So, depending on your state, you might have a therapist with the same education and background and experience as me, but their credential might be LPCP or something like that. I don't know all the credentials, but they might be just slightly different. But here in Michigan, it's called LPC, stands for Licensed Professional Counselor. I've been practicing, like I said, for almost 7 years, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I can tell that it feeds my soul. It feeds me as a person. I do own my own business in Michigan, so I don't have a boss. I don't have to answer to anybody except for just my ethics and things that we vowed to do, no harm. Um, when we signed up for this. So my loyalty is to my clients. No business, no corporations, nothing like that. Um, and so I'm born and raised in Michigan, so I got my undergrad degree at Marygrove College, and I got my graduate degree from Avila University in Missouri. So I lived 4 years in Missouri while I was getting my master's degree, and that's where I started as a therapist. It's in Missouri. And then I moved back to Michigan right after grad school and got licensed here. This is where home is. This is where the heart is. Metro Detroit area. Although I was born and raised in Detroit, I live in the Metro Detroit area now. So my son is not born and raised in Detroit, but he knows Detroit, and he's a Metro Detroit child. But so if he ever gets grown and gets to claiming like he was struggling or whatever, he lying. But anyway, that's my education and my credentials as a therapist. So just in case you were wondering what type of therapist I am and all that good stuff. If you have any more questions or if you want to know any more detail about what it takes to become a therapist, all the education that you got to get is quite a bit. It's quite a bit. It's a little extensive. But if you want to know more about the details of that, or if you're an aspiring therapist or you hope to become one day, feel free to drop those questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them if you want more insight as to the process of becoming a therapist and what that looks like. All right. So, um, let's see what else in this first video. So I'm not planning to incorporate any themes this week. This is just my first introduction video. Mistakes, bare skin, no makeup, a little bit of lip color, but other than that, like I said, my lashes are gone, but I'll normally be cuter than this to give you guys a little something more to look at. But I'm not vain. Don't get me wrong. I'm not vain. I don't mind coming to a session like this or stepping outside like this. I am confident in myself. However, I do like to add enhancements from time to time. Actually, most times. So that's also a part of me as a therapist. I love to look my best and feel my best. So nails will be done. Hair will mostly be done, although it's hard times. So listen, there might be some times where my hair is not all the way snatched. Um, Lashes will be done. Waxing, eyebrow waxing, all that stuff. So I'm just a girly girl therapist. That stuff is important to me. So anyway, um, this is just the introduction video, just to give you guys an understanding of what this is for and why I'm doing this. The future videos will be more detailed about themes and about my own application in my life for things that I introduce my clients to, such as skills, communication, how to interact in relationships, because that's one of my specialty areas is couples and families. So I am going to be talking to y'all about how I'm applying skills like healthy communication and coping with emotions and getting away from some of the self-centered thinking and cognitive distortions. Um, Feelings is facts, things that your therapist might have taught you, but you still don't quite always get all the time or get how you're supposed to apply it into your actual life. And so I'm going to be talking to y'all about how to apply these things into your actual everyday lives, because that's what I do. I apply them, because if I'm reviewing this stuff every day with my clients, I sure as shit better be applying this stuff, right? So, that's what this channel is going to be about. You have viewed the first video, raw, authentic, unedited. Future videos might be edited. I don't know. Once I learn it, I might I might start doing it. I don't know. But right now I don't know how to do it. You're getting this unedited, authentic, no mic, no fancy equipment, just my laptop camera and me, just me. So if you're vibing with it, if you're feeling it, if this feels like a fit for you, if this feels like the channel for you, go ahead and subscribe. You haven't seen the crazy stuff yet, but we'll get to it in future channels, or future posts and videos. So hopefully I won't be sniffling. I'm gonna try to do these once a week, probably on Tuesdays, and this is the raw, uncut first video. So come on, rock with me, whoever's into this kind of stuff. To all my therapists, all my future therapists, all the people who are clients or who have a therapist, and all the people who are thinking about getting a therapist, but you just feel like it's something not all the way authentic about these people. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know how I feel opening up to a stranger. And I don't represent all therapists. Don't get me wrong. But I represent those therapists who are authentic and who'll just try to keep it real and be themselves, and not have to change or pretend or to hold themselves to this higher standard in life because we've been conditioned to in the culture of therapy. We're just normal people too, and the sooner we embrace it, the sooner we can be our most authentic selves. Obviously, there are still boundaries that need to be had during sessions. Your therapist should not be in your session talking about themselves the whole time. You guys will be surprised how many people that I hear say that their therapists do that. Um, your therapist should not be in your sessions talking about themselves the whole time. And if they do have to do some self disclosure, it should be minimal, based on how it applies to you in your life. So I'll also be throwing stuff out like that, like things that therapists shouldn't be doing. So if your therapist is doing this, I'm not saying dump your therapist. I'm just saying it might be room for conversation. So if I normalize us, I'm also hoping that people will be less reluctant to communicate with their therapist. Some people ditch their therapists and they don't tell them why. Their therapists don't have any idea why they've been ditched. So I think it's a good idea to start to practice communicating with your therapist. If there's something you're looking for from your therapist, or something that you don't like that they do or that rubs you the wrong way, communication is important in every relationship, including your therapeutic relationship. And that's the thing, your therapist is not perfect. So there may be some things that your therapist is doing, such as falling asleep in a session. My homegirl knows what I'm talking about. But, anyways, there might be some things that your therapist is doing that you don't necessarily like or that rubs you the wrong way, and you guys can express yourselves in your therapy session. That's what it's for. You can say, there's something I've been wanting to talk to you about that's been kind of bothering me in our sessions. I hope you're open to some feedback. you know your therapists are people too. They're not going to get everything right. So should you have to tell your therapist how to be a therapist? No, absolutely not. But it's okay to communicate. And even if you communicate and still decide you want to get a new therapist, that's okay too. So anyway, we'll be talking about stuff like that. Some things will come up. Let me know your experiences with your therapist or past therapists that you feel like you want to touch on coming from a therapist. And so let's just get real, y'all. Let's just get engaged. I'm hoping that this builds a community of positive mental health people. Whether you're a client, whether you're a therapist, whether you're an advocate of therapy, whether you used to do therapy, whatever the case may be. Let's just start this community in positivity, healthy behaviors, authenticity, and just being ourselves, y'all. So I don't know how many other channels are out there like this, but if this resonates with you, go ahead and subscribe. I hope you can press the subscribe button. I don't know if I have it as an option, but if not, I'll get it available. Y'all let me know if it is or not. Listen, y'all gotta help me help y'all because I'm still figuring this. This is completely new. If anybody knows me, I'm super private. I don't do stuff like this, but this is all about community, and it's all about positivity, and it's all about authenticity. We are living in a world where most of us are lost. We're just walking around doing stuff. We don't know why we did it. We having regrets. We having shame. We having um, guilt. And this is just an opportunity for us to relinquish that without judgment, without negativity. And if you're negative, as soon as I figure out how to block you, you're going to be blocked. But if you're truly positive and you genuinely have questions, you genuinely have concerns, you genuinely have feedback from a place of love, care, concern, and community, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, so this is my first video. I'll upload another one next week. I don't know exactly what day. It might be Tuesdays, but I'm getting the flow with this, so I'll get it figured out. But this is the first video, hopefully of many, and let's build the community of mental health people, authenticity, showing what therapists are like outside of just being a therapist in the office. Therapists are people too. So I'll end on that note. I'm excited to know you guys and for you to know me, and let's get started. All right.